Now North Koreans are finally realizing they have been slaves to the regime. Hi everyone! I think today I have a good news for you all. Finally, there's a good news. So the recent news came out from North Korea is that there has been another uprising that is happening in the inner part of North Korea. So usually the inner parts, that as it gets closer to Pyongyang, the weather is better, there's more farming industry, and there's more like ocean. Therefore, people's lives with the grains and the food wasn't as bad as like in the north. North is freezing cold, it's hard to farm. 80% of North Korea's lands are like mountains. However, in the inner parts of North Korea right now, they want to revolt. The reason is why is this. So Kim Jong-un has been obsessed with locking down the people's lives. Not every North Korean can afford to be locked down like Kim Jong-un is, because he doesn't have to find food, he doesn't have to do anything. However, if people cannot go working in the ocean to catch fish or working in the black market, how do they find food? Because the regime doesn't provide them. In a way that now I'm living in America, this feels way more socialism than North Korea was. Like in America, during the lockdown, the governments were giving a lot of those like the subsidy and giving the checks to the people. Not in North Korea. Even in this lockdown, Kim Jong-un demands people not to do anything while do not provide anything to the people. So which means he's just asking people to die by locking them down. So now all these people in North Korea are like in a mess. This famine is re-beginning and people are suffering. The parts in Hanghae province, this province is known to have a lot of the seafood and fruits and grains. But this because of that, the lockdown, Kim Jong-un demanded no ships would go and fish in the ocean. Because he somehow believes that when the fishers go out in the ocean, in the fish they get, somehow they're gonna have a coronavirus. And if they meet ever like Chinese ships or other ships in the ocean, it's gonna get them get a coronavirus through the air. So that's what Kim Jong-un believes. However, if this fisherman does not go to the ocean and do not catch any fish, how do they survive? Nobody can survive. So they've been able to bribing these high top officials in that region and would get the secret permission to go out and fish. But now Kim Jong-un sent a team from Pyongyang to investigate, and of course all these officials who were allowing these fishermen to go fish in the ocean all got caught. But at this point is that the interesting about this issue is that nobody is happy in this situation. Think about this fisherman. Now they're thinking this is for the first time North Koreans are saying only revolution history that we learn in our textbook is of a guy called Im Gok-jong. So in North Korean schools, we don't hear about French Revolution or any other revolution that people fought for freedom. But we only heard about this guy Im Gok-jong in our history book is because when Korea had a caste system beforehand, before the communism, there were people who were in the slave caste system were suffer so much because of this top royalty and the bureaucrats. So there was a guy called Im Gok-jong. He gathered the slave class of them and then took them into mountain and started killing this royalty, and then tried to start a revolution to give the power to the commoners. And we all learned that history because Kim Il-sung was like that kind of person. He came from the common background, and then he started a revolution and killed all these landowners, capitalists, and took all the power from them and gave it to the commoners or our people. Now North Koreans are finally realizing they have been slaves to the regime. They realize that they are Im Gok-jongs. They see that North Korea is not communist and socialist paradise. There is this caste system in the top. These parasites are eating off from our hard labor, our suffering. So now these people are saying for the first time, I understand why Im Gok-jung started the revolution and fighting against those royalty. And they all want to be like him, fighting. Of course, the Im Gok-jung, unfortunately, he didn't succeed. He made a big improvement. He was fighting, and at the end, he got captured and got killed bravely in the battlefield. But now North Korean people, even though my fate is gonna become like him, and my fate in this journey of fighting for justice, I think they don't mind dying that way, because the alternative is death anyway. Because Kim Jong-un is literally asking people, do not work, do not go to ocean, do not go to the field, do not trade in the black market, just sitting at home and die from starvation. And now people, even these officials now who were allowing these fishermen to go fishing, now they caught, and some of them is gonna be sent to political prison camps, and some of them isn't gonna be even executed. Even for these elites, so they are like elites in North Korea, and it's all about degree. You can be elite in the countryside, but they don't also get anything from the regime if you are elite in the countryside. The only reason you can survive in North Korea is by getting the bribes. As a doctor, anybody who needs to get a bribe because the ration doesn't provide to them. So if these elites would not break the rule and let these fishermen go, their family also gonna be starved. So there's really nobody can follow the rule in North Korea to survive, and that's how the current system is. And of course, there's like a very few top elite in Pyongyang. They are the ones it's gonna be okay no matter what happens, because those are the ones Kim Jong-un gonna take care of no matter what. But other than that few percent of the people in Pyongyang, everybody's screwed, even you're elite, even bottom. And they are finally realizing we are on the same boat. And I think this is the most powerful piece that I get from this news, is that even though those privileged people in the countryside now realizing that we are on the same boat, this is our fight, that we need to fight together to be free and to find our dignity as a human beings. It is like amazing news, because this Hanghae province is something with the last province to come to this realization, because they have been privileged in the geographically, the weather-wise, and they are so close to the capital. They have been much better off than people like us being in the north. Now, like everybody in North Korea, understanding we are one, we have the same goal, same mission. I really hope that, of course, the COVID was horrible, but I always believe that what doesn't break us is gonna make us stronger. I know, of course, this pandemic broke a lot of people's lives, but the people who survived, who became resilient and who became stronger, we learned so many new things because of this hardship that we experienced all together. I hope that for North Koreans, the 90s famine was a great new beginning for people to be rebellious, started escaping from North Korea, risking their life for freedom. The 90s famine opened a new door for the change to happen in our lives. Without the 90s famine, I wouldn't be escaped, right? Nobody would escape if they were not starving. Why would anyone escape from North Korea? But now I think this pandemic gonna open the second door for North Koreans to choose another destiny. So thank you guys for keep standing here with me and supporting my people's freedom. Please share this video with your friends, hit that like button, and continue to support my people's freedom. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys all next time. Love you.